They're shooting back and forth. That is crazy.
And it is with great sadness that I share we have not 20 but 50 casualties.
Today marks the most deadly shooting in American history. This was an act of terror and an act of hate.
This is clearly an act of terrorism. It's sickening. It should make every American angry.
We are all Americans. You're seeing the response today, and this will continue. This will make us stronger. They will not win.
In the face of hate and violence, we will love one another.
Good evening. I'm Erin Cargile. At least 50 people are dead and 53 injured after a deadly shooting inside a gay nightclub in Orlando. Tonight, ISIS confirms one of its fighters carried out the attack. NBC's Jay Gray is live with the latest.
Good evening. We want to give you an idea of what's going on here right now. You can see the sign behind me here. That's the Pulse nightclub. Still an active crime scene right now, less than 24 hours after the deadliest mass shooting ever in the United States. Across the street in the yellow tent here, that's a makeshift morgue at this point as investigators continue their work here.
Oh my God, people are getting shot, dude.
Chaos during what witnesses describe as a slaughter.
Just bang, bang, screaming and loud noise, and the other guy next to me was shot.
50 people murdered, more than 50 more wounded during an overnight killing spree at the Pulse nightclub.
I thought I was gonna die. Like, I didn't know if I was gonna come out alive.
Dozens were held hostage for 3 hours or more inside the club until a SWAT team moved in. The suspect killed during a shootout with police. Investigators say 29-year-old Omar Mateen was the triggerman, described by federal agents as a domestic terrorist. And we now know he was questioned in 2013 and again in 2014 by the FBI over possible terrorist ties.
It has been reported that Mateen made calls to 911 this morning in which he stated his allegiance to the leader of the Islamic State.
We're also told he mentioned the Boston Marathon bombing during that call just before the attack. As the investigation continues at this popular gay nightclub, Mateen's family tells NBC News he may have carried out the most deadly mass killing in U.S. history, outraged after seeing two men kiss in Miami weeks earlier. As police and federal agents scramble to find out how and why it happened, they must now also begin the grisly task of identifying the victims.
And Love, Pulse remains an active crime scene, and law enforcement is working the scene as efficiently and as diligently as they possibly can, while also being respectful of the remains of the deceased.
The club also serving as an agonizing reminder.
Attacks on any American, regardless of race, ethnicity, religion, or sexual orientation, is an attack on all of us.
A staggering blow to a city and nation now mourning so many lost.
Yeah, federal agents say that Mateen was armed with a handgun and assault rifle that he apparently purchased legally just a few days before the attack. That's the latest live here in Orlando. Now back to you.
Thank you, Jay. And as we mentioned, this morning's massacre is now the deadliest mass shooting in American history. Before today, the most people killed by a single gunman was at Virginia Tech University, which happened nearly a decade ago. That's when a 23-year-old student shot 32 people to death on campus before killing himself. 27 students and 5 faculty members lost their lives. 17 others were injured.